Super Bowl Sunday, it is almost here. And if you're hosting a party or maybe just want to show off your Seahawks pride, you should know that you don't have to break the bank. There's a lot of pressure, but you can do it in a way that's helpful for you. Mika Go Big from Evergreen Goodwill is here in the studio with us to try to help walk us through that process, gearing up for game day on a dime. I just love this, Mika. Thanks for being here.
Thanks
we
for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Well, let's walk people through it. We've got just 3 days to go. We're finalizing our plans for the big day.
Absolutely.
What would be your best recommendations for ways to do so on a budget?
Yeah, so I think if you're hosting, your best bet is to go one of the big Goodwill stores, like the biggest Goodwill in the world, which is right on Dearborn, the Seattle location. We have a lot of bowls in green and blue.
Cute.
I found so many. Actually, there were all sizes, platters, there are crock pots, all these things you need. There are even like little serving cups. And
it's funny,
trays.
I actually need a serving dish for my dip that I'm making. And how much these cost at Goodwill?
Well, $2.99 is what I see here. So you can really, if you're not hosting 100 people, you can really get this Seahawks vibe spread together for like $30, I'd say.
I love that. So what would you say would be 3 things that we could thrift instead of buying brand new?
I think the main thing would be whatever glasses, because those cups, they are all disposable. They are all disposable or expensive, both. So mason jars is a good alternative. They usually cost 49 or 99 cents at Goodwill.
That's not bad. And you can make them look cute too with what you put in them.
Exactly.
I love that. So we talk a lot about waste after big events. Sometimes you make so much and have leftovers. How does thrifting help you cut down on that waste?
Yeah, so these, of course, you have to wash them once, but then you can just put it in a box and use it for the next party. Blue and green is always good.
Yeah, of course, right?
Seattle, right?
you can reuse it.
You can totally reuse that, and this way you don't have all that waste, because even if you buy cups that are theoretically reusable, half of the people put them in the trash anyway, right? And so when you buy things that are obviously for reuse, not only do you keep these pieces out of the landfill, you also cut down on more production.
I had to ask about this one piece. You've got this awesome Seahawks cup here.
Yeah.
Was that from Goodwill, and how much did that cost? Because something like that could be upwards of $20 nowadays.
This is $5.99. This is from the store. I was surprised how many actual Seahawks things I found at the store when I looked around.
Yeah.
There's a little hat.
Okay, that brings me right to the next point. I mean, a lot of times you're thinking about your outfit for game day. We know jerseys can be expensive. Not everybody has one of those. So what would be some options to still dress Seahawks festive, but without really breaking the bank on that?
Yeah. You could look stylish and wear your dress and just combine
Thank you. It's a little fancy for Super Bowl, I think.
It's a little fancy, but you could combine it with something in dark blue, and then you would be in green and blue. So on the one hand, you can actually look at the store. I found, for instance, a brand new with tags, quarter zip.
Wow.
I found this shirt there.
Oh, I love your shirt. Look at that.
And like a little
Seahawks.
retro shirt.
I like how you paired it with the blazer, too.
And I will wear that
great.
on Sunday again. And we also found like other alternatives, like game day, Snoopy game day. So if you're really not into logos of sports teams, or say, hey, I don't like the green and blue, there are other alternatives too. But especially if you are athletic, just take a green long sleeve T-shirt. Combine it with a puffer jacket.
You already have, right? Yeah, blue, green, whatever you can, something football related. Now, of course, we're talking how Goodwill can help. You know, if you want to go there, you can save a lot of money by getting some game day finds. But if people are choosing to shop at Goodwill, can you just explain, Mika, where their money is actually going and how it helps?
Yeah, we are a lot more than a thrift store, so the thrift stores are fantastic. In the end, every purchase, every donation you make, and every financial gift really goes towards our programs. What people often don't know, we are the leading provider of tuition-free job skills, training, and education for adults in the Puget Sound region in Northwest Washington.
That's amazing.
So-
You're doing it for a great cause. And
Yeah.
hey, this is just such a great time where Seattle and our surrounding areas, we're just all
Yeah.
coming together. Might as well support a great cause.
Exactly.
And not cost you too much either, because
Exactly.
we know how costly it can be. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining us, Mika. We really appreciate you bringing in all this awesome stuff.
Thank you.
I think I'm going to have to go get one of those bowls for this
Yeah.
weekend.